What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So we're looking at inflation at 40-year highs, and I really like to focus on the retiree, the people who are retiring early or people who have been retired for years now. And I like to focus on that because this is a very, very crucial time for a lot of people. And not only people who are retired, but everyone. When we're going to the gas pump, we're paying a lot more. When we're going to the grocery stores, we're paying a lot more. When we're buying any product at all, we're paying more. And so I really want to focus on this because I think this is something that needs to be addressed. This is going to be something that's going to take us a while to get out of this. The talk is that we could go into recession. This could be something we're looking at for 2 to 3 years from now. So this is something that we really need to pay attention to. We need to call on politicians to move forward with help. But when it comes down to it, we're going to have to figure this out on our own for the most part, at least right now. When I say figure it out on our own, I mean there are going to be things that are going to have to be done, but we're going to have to do them. Because looking at Congress, we know it takes them a long time to act on things. And when it comes, I know people have been talking about, oh, what about a stimulus check? What about a stimulus check? That's not in the cards right now. And the reason that's not in the cards right now is because we're looking at inflation at all-time highs. So if inflation is high and you stimulate the economy even more, inflation gets even higher. And it could be something where it's even worse than what we could have ever imagined if we start trying to stimulate the economy now. What they're trying to do now is pull back on the economy. They want to slow the economy down, cool the economy off in the hopes that inflation will drop. So that's what we're looking at right now. But I want to show you this clip because it kind of gives you, and this is a local news station, it gives you kind of an idea of what's going on around the U.S. Now, I encourage you guys, and I'll put my email on this in this video. So I encourage you guys, if you guys have local stories that you want to share, send me a link. Send me a link through email, not through the comment section. So send me an email and I'll take a look at them, and then maybe I'll play those videos as well. And I like the local news stories because just to me, they seem a little bit more personal. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But first off, on this channel, we talk about money and the financial struggles that Americans are facing today. If that sounds like something interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified anytime we put out a video. And like always, if you see my name and a picture of me in the comment section, make sure you see a check mark next to my name. That check mark signifies that it's me. If you do not see that check mark, it's not me. It's someone trying to impersonate me. Okay, so first off, premieres. We're going to continue doing the premieres. Now, yesterday I did not do a premiere on that video because it was short. It was only like 6 minutes. So the longer the videos, those are the videos that I want to do premieres on because it just makes more sense. So if a video is 15 to 20 minutes, it makes more sense to do a premiere because now we can talk and I can answer questions and we can help each other out when it comes to a lot of the different questions that are out there. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and play this clip, and then we're going to talk about it at the end. So here we go.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Lindsay Burrell. The U.S. economy is kind of rocky right now. For the first time in 20 years, the U.S. dollar and euro are both worth the same amount, and Wall Street is struggling. Meanwhile,
okay, so the U.S. dollar is surging right now. And you just heard her say that it's comparable to the euro. And so the dollar is very strong. And I'm in Colombia right now. The dollar is strong. I'm telling you, I can buy a lot more for my money. So just so if you guys are planning a trip or anything like that, check out the exchange rate. You're going to probably be surprised when you go to other countries when it comes to the dollar and how strong the dollar really is.
Consumers are feeling the effects, especially those who are retired. Our Keith Grant talked with retirees about how they're trying to manage their money during 40-year record high inflation.
Did you ever think you'd have to do this?
No. That's what Linda Gardner of Rapid City said when she decided to pick up a part-time job to make up what her retirement fund and Social Security is not. But she is glad that it got her out of the house.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, because otherwise I'm not sitting at home worrying about it. Because that was the other thing with all of the increased cost of everything. I didn't have extra money to go out and do the fun stuff that, most people want to do when they retire.
The landscape of her golden years are changing.
It's 2022, and making a budget isn't exactly a walk in the park anymore. Here's why. U.S. inflation in June just hit 9.1%. Gas is still well above $4 a gallon, and food prices in South Dakota are 12% over last year.
Those are the things that I have noticed is utilities and food, mostly food. and I've tried to cut back. I used to eat mostly organic food. I don't do that anymore. I buy just the regular food. But still, it's just, I could only tighten my belt so far.
And for those who are retired, it's seeing how far that dollar stretches before it breaks.
Because you have a choice. You can either buy groceries this month or you can take a vacation.
But for Sprecher, it's even a more drastic choice. She had to change her shopping habits and look to food pantries.
So it makes a big difference going once every 2 months to going every 2 weeks, you know. And you buy the necessities. That's it. We eat down here because this can be adjusted to your income, and you at least get a balanced meal that way.
Sprecher pulled out all the stops to make sure she can make it to the next month, even planning how she will run her errands.
And with the price of gasoline, once you go into town, you make sure you do all of your stops while you're in there so that you don't have to go back and forth.
June's inflation rate was higher than the expected 8.8%. So, as inflation is forecasted to slow down, only time will tell. In Rapid City, I'm Keith Grant, Black Hills Fox News.
Okay, so you heard those stories from a few retirees that are struggling right now when it comes to inflation at a 40-year high. This is a time where we really need to start focusing on a lot of different things. And one of the main things that we need to focus on is how are we going and when are we going to get to a point where people are able to live with dignity, especially people who are retired. You heard one of the retirees saying that she's working part-time now in order to make ends meet. So things are really, really getting bad for a lot of people. And I'm not saying having a part-time job is bad because some people really enjoy working. So that could be an outlet for her, and that's good. But when it comes down to it, you shouldn't have to. If you're retired, you should not have to pick up another job in order to make ends meet. If you want to pick up another job and work a little bit so you can go and travel and do some of those things that are not the ordinary things that you would do, then that's something different. But when it comes down to just paying your bills and things like that, and having those just little fun activities, being able to pay for that, going to the movies, going out to restaurants and things like that. The hope is that you don't have to pick up a part-time job in order to do those things. And like I said earlier in this video, if you guys have local news stories that are focused on inflation and focused on what's going on and the struggles that people are facing in your local town, then go ahead and send me a link. Send me that link. All you need to do is go to whatever video you're watching, and usually they'll have a share button. If you click the share button, it will allow you to send out an email to someone, or allow you just to copy it, and you can just copy it, send your own email to me, and I'll take a look at it. But when it comes down to it, things are not getting better anytime soon. And I know I don't like to just come out and tell you bad news, but there's a lot of bad news that's out there right now. Okay, there's a lot of different things that are going on. There's not too much positive that's going on right now. The only thing that we can hope for, and we're hoping for this in the next couple of months, is that Congress passes a large bill that will focus on, and right now they're focused on lowering prescription medication. So that's what they're going to try to get passed. And I've had some people say, well, I don't even pay a copay, so this is not really, lowering prescription medication is not going to really benefit me. But you have to understand, there's a pharmaceutical company, there's insurance companies. The insurance companies are buying this medication from the pharmaceutical companies. And so there's an exchange of money that's happening. And what needs to be focused on is that exchange of money. Why is that exchange of money so high? We need to bring those prices down. We need to cut out the middlemen. And then that would mean overall, when it comes to Medicare, you can receive even more benefits because there's more money there. So that's the real focus. The focus is taking out all these unnecessary steps that need to be taken in order to purchase this prescription medication. And the main thing, and I did a video on this, and I'll post a link. I'll post a link up here so you guys can check it out. But the main thing is to focus on the middlemen. They're making money off, and basically all they're doing is connecting pharmaceutical companies to the insurance companies, and they're making money in between, and that's costing us more money. Okay, so even if you're not paying a copay, that prescription medication still needs to be paid for, and because it still needs to be paid for by the insurance companies, the insurance premiums will be higher, as well as there's less benefits that can be offered because the prescription medication needs to be paid for. So hopefully that makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, I did that video. And like I said, I'll post it at the link up here, and I'll post it also at the end of this video so you can check it out. And they will walk you through. They'll tell you exactly how this whole thing works when it comes to the pharmaceutical companies, the middlemen, as well as the insurance companies. So if you guys have any questions, any more questions, post them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.